Okay, so I am out in front of 415 East, 800 South. Of course, you got a lot of traffic out front. And this home does have a driveway. So you do have a curb. Well, it's an alleyway. We'll have to go. Let me just walk back there. Looking at the exterior on the way back there. There are, there's some stair-stepping moments. They look like they've been addressed over the years or painted over, but it does have some, old home issues for sure. Yeah, it does not look like this is going to have a driveway. Of course, I think that if you wanted to take out this little space here and create a driveway like your neighbors have, you could totally do that. I mean, this could be an easy place to put a garage. The roof does look like it's in good condition. The fence looks like it's in good condition. The siding up there could use some work. There are not gutters that I can see on the home, so that would need to be done. Up here, that could use some work, but it looks like just sanding and there's some water damage up there, so you might want to replace them. The deck itself looks like it's in it's not falling away from it, but it is needing some new planks. This is just totally raised up. That's pretty tough there. I mean, this over here I think you could sand, but some of these right here that have obviously got a lot more traffic, I think you'd probably want to replace those. There's some stair stepping that you can see up here as well. And on this side, I can see a couple spots over there as well. So, okay, let's step inside. Got a nice little entryway. Looks like it's like a cork flooring here. But nice to have an entryway. I like it. Tall ceilings. Say these are, 10 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot probably. Nice big windows. They are old, so just a single pane. But good trim detail. You see you get the wood over here. These have been painted. This flooring is, the cheap stuff. I think, I don't know, I can't tell. Let's see. It actually might be, it's got a click in here, but it actually might be thick enough to be a wood. It just doesn't feel like it. It's slick, Okay, cool pocket doors here though. Grease them up a little bit, but that's really neat to have. And so this could be more of like your dining space. This would be your hangout space. You don't even need that light on. This is just great light. Of course, with the single pane windows, you're hearing the big trucks roar by and the motorcycles and everything else. So it is loud. But looking at the walls and the ceiling and things like that, I don't see a whole lot of, cracking from, exterior coming into the interior. That's a good sign. There is like a small one there, but again, it's just coming from the weak spot in the windows. So you fix that on the outside, it fixes it on the inside. The ceiling does have a little bit of wavy spots here. I think that's just where they hung the drywall a long time ago or whatever's up there, plaster, you know, it's like, it's you can see the sections in it. So could that be, you know, cut away and then redone? Yes. Wouldn't be too hard. Same thing in this here. You can kind of just see the wave, the sections. There is a little bit of cracking going across that one, but pretty minimal. Okay, so you got a closet. This is a bedroom, right? So you got a closet here. Decent size, you know, you could build that out. It's kind of weird there. You need to throw in a transition. This is definitely wood floor here. So, you know, you got a bunch of unmatched floors. So it'd be neat to actually tie those in together. But good sized room, probably 10 by 12. Again, you got painted doors here, so probably work to bring those back. Okay, so into the second room. This one is much smaller. This is probably 8 by 8. But again, we get the high ceilings, lengthy windows, and you get a closet. So this is a newer door. Doesn't match the house. So I'd put a new. I'd want to get a wood door. All right, so here's the bathroom. You got your clawfoot tub, and you got a sink and towel rod. And I was like, where the heck is the toilet? Well, you actually step outside here and you get a toilet closet. So it's kind of unique. Could a toilet be, you know, put in the bathroom to make it a little less weird? I think so. I think you could fit a toilet in here, no problem. I put it like right there. Or put the toilet back there and put the sink on the wall here. I think that would be fine. And then you could open up this to be laundry space or whatever you want. You do got a closet here. So you could combine these two rooms for like a laundry space if you wanted. But they do have dedicated laundry space over here. I'll show you in a second. Here's your kitchen though. Really well laid out. Lots of room. Old dishwasher, you'd want to replace that. I'm sure you'd want a new sink. But really nice. You don't have a hood for the gas range. Could you reconfigure the kitchen to even be better than it is? Yes, I think you could, you know. But it just depends on what you want to do. Again, we've got different flooring here in the bathroom. This is like a linoleum tile. So there's that little work desk space here, cool archway. Here is the current laundry, which again, if you moved to the other side, then that would be pretty easy to do. If you wanted to open up this kitchen and make it just that much bigger, so now, you know, you don't have to walk in and around the kitchen. It's just one big kitchen where you have it running along that wall or kind of comes to here, then, you know, you could open this up to have some hutches or whatever you want. So like I said, you don't have to, but it's cool to have options, I think. Okay, so you have door here going to this area, which is like basically it's just an addition, but it's like a shed. So you could use this as, you know, a pantry. You saw the pictures up there. I don't really want to climb on this ladder because it's currently being held up by a cooler, and I don't trust that. So let's see, let's go out back here. Really nice yard. Obviously it's going to take some work, but that's your specialty, so I'm sure you see all the potential, and it does. But that's a cool tree. Again, you could open that up and have a garage space here. The backside is definitely of the home is the worst of it for sure. You can see where they had that vine, and that vine attached itself and they pulled it off and it yanked off a bunch of the paint. So that's not great, but obviously it's easy to just paint over it. There is a little spot here where they didn't re-roof. I mean, they re-roofed the top, but not this little spot here. So that's not that I can tell anyway. It just looks like it's doing worse. Well, maybe it hasn't. No, they have. It's just a bunch of leaves and stuff up there. That, again, if you had gutters, that would eliminate that. Got access side yard, but it's all overgrown. That tree does go over the top of the roof. You know, there's one over there too. Just don't want those to come down and damage your roof, damage the house. Okay, I have not gone down here. This has a door that's being held up right now by this cooler. Let's see what we got down here. It is a nice, easy walk. Okay, lights, nice. Okay, so creepy basement. Water heater looks old. Like probably needs replaced. Old. Not showing any signs of leaking or anything like that, but just does have the appearance of being old. As far as the furnace goes, 2017. Looks like that they probably did the same with the AC out there. Looked new-ish, not ancient, but probably got it at the same time, 2017. Oh, here's some doors that they took off. So, oh wow, a cool door with glass broken, but that is a really, really neat door. That'd be cool to put back in. Old coal chute. This, they do have insulation, and they even have the plastic barrier over it, so that's nice to see. As far as plumbing goes, you know, just updated in spots, but really kind of old. As far as electrical goes, again, looks updated-ish. I don't see any knob and tube, but I don't see anything that's overly worrisome either. Oh, look at that. That is just a total hole to the outside. I mean, that's straight up nothing over the top of it. So, definitely have to wall that in. Yeah, so there's plenty of work to do here. It's you know, some of it is necessary and most of it is cosmetic. And this might be another one that might be just too much for you. Somebody's gonna see this. It's got the great location though. And flippers are gonna, I'm sure they're gonna have their eyes on this. But all in all, I would say this is a good home. Would I recommend it for you? I think so, but I think, you know, budget reasons, you're gonna have to come in here and just live in it as is and just clean it for a while and then recoup your money, you know, a year or two down the line, and then put all of that back into it, you know? It's like, so by the time you get this place rocking and rolling and really enjoyable, it's like, and have a recovered bank account from all of what you do here, you know, it could be 4 to 5 years before you get to that place. So just, you know, take that digested as you see fit. But You know, it's definitely not the apartment or anything that's just move-in ready for you. So that's what I got here. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. See you.